What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on Nootropics, taking a drive and wanted to address microdosing levodopa. We're going to get into its implications and really every other element involved in the system to excite motivation and sex drive, and to give you general energy. I want to talk about a strategy that works. You have to dose it the right way. In the meantime, everything is on sale at livecortex.com. Thanks to those of you that got the buy one get one free on Cortex. That is over for a couple months. But in the meantime, Cortex is still 20% off. You just have to use the coupon code 20. So go get yourself a bottle of the Cortex Nootropics stack at livecortex.com. It is a powerful pre-made stack. The Nootropics Masterclass has been a sensation through the COVID-19 shutdowns because this is the perfect time to up your game on nootropics. I mean, you need brain function now. So go get the Nootropics Masterclass. It is a video course intended to take you to the 6-year mark. That's the masterclass in using nootropics. Also, 20% off using the coupon code 20. If you're a guy, lots of guys getting the Viking Testosterone protocol. Look, raise your test, feel better, feel motivated, have libido back, have sex drive back. Get the Viking Testosterone protocol. That's 20% off. Last thing, for those of you that are business people, right now is perhaps the most important time to be functioning optimally. And our most popular package on consulting for business folks is the 1-month intensive nootropics consult. It is so detailed. It is so structured. We use a Google document with a comment system to keep hyper communication between the two of us. We ship you stacks, have you experiment with them, note your feedback, adjust those stacks, refine them perfectly. The whole goal is to get 10 stacks that we've refined that work for you in certain situations over the course of a month, and more guidance on how to continue to take nootropics and capsule nootropics and target the right systems after the consult is over. Get the 1-month intensive at livecortex.com. That is also 20% off. Okay, so we're going to talk about levodopa, what it does, particularly how people, I think, are dosing it wrong, and how to dose it if you fit a particular profile of needing extra dopamine to get the best effects. So first, I want to say that just like cholinergics, if you dose levodopa wrong, you will get almost seemingly neurotoxic effects. Now, whether or not it's neurotoxic, no one can really say, but it sort of feels that way. It's the same side effect that you get when you high dose cholinergics. If you high dose, particularly the precursors, building blocks, CDP choline or alpha GPC, or in some cases centrophenoxine or DMAE, that is the brain not being able to put up with such a high dose of a particular compound and such an increased concentration of a neurotransmitter. You normally just get tired, you feel lethargic, you feel fatigued, your brain doesn't work correctly, and that is essentially a mild overdose. Nothing lethal, nothing dangerous, but you've taken too much of a particular compound. A lot of people do this with levodopa because levodopa usually comes in like a combined mucina-purines supplement with a certain concentration of levodopa, and it's normally between 120 and 200 or so milligrams. If you get the Now brand supplement of mucina-purines, that's essentially what you're looking at. And people usually take 2 of those capsules and end up with that full dose. Well, that the power of levodopa on converting into dopamine, there's an enzymatic upregulation for the moment, and it's essentially the facilitation of dopa decarbolase. Now, dopa decarbolase is an enzyme necessary for dopamine synthesis. Okay, so you get blood-brain barrier permeating dopamine by taking levodopa. But the critical error that people make is taking more than 50 or 75 milligrams per dose. So here's the bottom line. If you are somebody that feels like sex drive is low, even though you have pretty high testosterone, your general motivation and mental energy is low, but it shouldn't be because all other factors seem correct, like your diet and your sleep, among other things, then probably you'd be a good candidate to once or twice a week to dose levodopa in small milligram increments. This is what I suggest. What I suggest is taking levodopa in microdosed amounts at 15 to 20 milligrams a dose. And the best way that I have found to microdose levodopa for surges of motivation that last 1 to 2 days and surges of sex drive that last 1 to 2 days, possibly even more for some people, is to do a double microdosing protocol over the course of 2 days. Here's how you would do it. Day 1, at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, take 20 milligrams of levodopa with nothing else. Suck it down with some water and you're done. Wait 2 hours to 3 p.m. and take your second microdose of 20 milligrams of levodopa. Wait an entire we're really talking about 22 hours until the next day at 1 p.m., at which time you take another microdose of 20 milligrams of levodopa. You do the same protocol by waiting 2 hours, and then at 3 p.m., take your second and final dose of 20 milligrams of levodopa. Then you wait and monitor. For most people, because of this dopamine synthesis enzyme upregulation, you're looking at a pretty immediate effect on dopamine. You should feel sex drive, you should feel motivation, you should have a tad bit more mental energy to work with, and that should last, if you do this protocol correctly and all other things are right, that should actually last 2 to 3 days, which is very, very powerful for just a good surge in dopamine. Now, on the downstream side, we really don't know whether or not trying to upregulate or foster the functioning of certain synthesis enzymes like dopa decarbolase will grease the wheels or oil the system for that enzyme to function the way that it's supposed to thereafter. Okay, there are anecdotals of people taking levodopa at small doses and then essentially having above their baseline some higher degree of seemingly dopamine function, motivation, and libido particularly. Okay? So, there's a lot of theory out there on what's happening, and that's something that eventually I want to really nail down and figure out, because I'm kind of simultaneously working on that with bromometane as it relates to tyrosine hydroxylase. Okay? So that's the protocol. It's a simple microdosing protocol of 20 milligrams every 2 hours starting from 1 p.m. and then again at 3 p.m., waiting 22 hours, doing the same exact protocol again, and then waiting to see the results. If you guys are fitting that profile, if there's folks that are listening that are fitting that profile, try the strategy, okay? You give yourself a great opportunity to benefit from it, to notice what having higher levels of dopamine feels like in case, for one reason or another, you've got some signaling issues or you're actually deficient in tyrosine hydroxylase or dopa decarbolase, and that might give you some information or some feedback into how to potentially target those enzymes for dopamine synthesis down the road with other compounds, possibly bromometane, possibly 9-MEBC, possibly other dopaminergic compounds, if we can identify that levodopa has not permanently upregulated those enzymes. The jury's kind of still out on that. If folks have experience with that, please comment in the comment section. Thanks so much for listening. Use the protocol. I hope it's been beneficial. It has for many of our clients, okay? Listen, everything at livecortex.com is on sale. You need to use the coupon code 2020. It takes 20% off of every single product that we have on the website, with the exception of the 3.5 month and the 6 month larger nootropics consults. That is the Cortex Nootropic Stack. Powerful pre-made stack. Go get a bottle or two of Cortex. You're going to save money using the coupon code 20. The Nootropics Masterclass, such an incredibly informative video course that teaches you how to use nootropics at the master class. That is the 6-year mark. Get it at livecortex.com. If you're brand new to nootropics, we have a video course for you. It is called Nootropics Ground Zero, and that is awesome. It's an hour and 12 minutes long or so. It takes you from ground zero, the ground up, brand new to nootropics, to the pro mark. That is the 3-year mark. The coupon code 20 also applies to Nootropics Ground Zero. Get it at livecortex.com. And last thing, remember, if you are a business person, man or woman, executive, that needs brain function and needs nootropic stacks targeted to what the tasks that you have to engage throughout the day will help you do, you got to get the 1 month intensive nootropics consult. It is our most popular package. We are making major progress with stacks with people, ranging from anxiety issues to performance issues to everything in between. The 1 month is incredible, and I love it because I'm working with people directly. We get to kind of hyper communicate. We have many calls We have a great comment system for feedback. We're communicating all the time. You're trying stacks. We're getting them refined. We're getting them to work. It is awesome. 1 month intensive nootropics consult, livecortex.com. Coupon code 20 applies to all that. Takes 20% off everything. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. Talk to you soon.